just gone afternoon, my lovers. I thought lots of people have said, oh, we really love your, your research. So I thought I'd do a bit of research. I thought I would have a little pop. So here I have my program, Quantum GIS. It says at the top there, untitled project, where it's just a little flick through showing you what I can do. So here is an image. All these red dots, they are all sort of Roman activities going on. So Roman stuff is going on, all the way down Cornwall, South Wales. I just picked a small area. And what you can see, this sort of dark line on the outside here, this is a geo-referenced picture that I've placed over the top of this map of the UK. So if we zoom in, we can zoom right in, look. So this is all of this kind of Roman activity. Now what I thought I would show you is how I geo-referenced this image onto the screen. So first of all, I need to uncheck that box. Disappears. Check it again, reappears. Look at that. Now ignore this line, see this black line around the outside? That is because that image that I found online somewhere is a different angle, so to speak, to the actual map. So that's why you get this sort of black line. Now we can kind of take that away, but sometimes it diminishes what the picture shows. Sort of like all the dark areas, it kind of deletes them as well. So you can do that by, where is it? Is the picture. Right click properties, and where it says transparency, you put in there 0, like that, and you click apply. And there, look, all of it more or less disappears. You can see bits of it, but the black line is kind of almost gone. But we don't really want that. It's not really that important. We're zooming in on specific areas. So I will undo that. Properties, and we will just click delete. It's gone. And apply, and it comes back. So just ignore this black line. So right, so we want to geo-reference this image over the map. Well, first of all, what I would do is I would go up to here, this HCM GIS. It might be a layer, it might be. So I've got a pen here somewhere. I'll just write down that. I've got a blackboard pen. Whiteboard pen, but it's black. And my desk is a piece of like chipboard that's been laminated in this sort of white stuff, so I can write on it and wipe it out. It's very handy. What was it? HCM GIS. Right, so I've written it on my tabletop. So we want to go over to plugins, manage and install plugins. This is another plugin I'm about to show you. And we put in HCM, there we are, it's come up already, look. So HCM GIS. And you want to, I'm going to reinstall it just in case there's any updates. And it does it. Eventually, yeah, all done, right? So that's it. So what will happen is this will appear on the desktop. So we want to click on that, base maps, and we want to go with Google Maps. And that should change to a, like a map. So we got a map. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find that image that I've cropped. It's an image for the whole of the UK, but I just thought I would do this one little test area just to show you. Right, so here's the actual image itself, and then I cropped it in my editor. So that's the image. So we know where it is. It's in Cleggy Pictures. Right, so uncheck that so we know where it is. And then we want to, which one is it? Let me think. Yes, one of these, raster, I think. Is it raster? Yeah, so you click raster and it says georeferencer. As you click georeferencer, a little blank page appears, and we want to open raster, and we want to go and find this file. So I'll quickly do that. Now when you click search, you'll come up with all of these pages, all these different files, and you use your wheel. If you've got a wheel on your mouse, you scroll all the way up where it says all files, and then once you've clicked open, it will appear here. This is the map, so we want to georeference that map on there. So it's a bit tricky, and you've got to be quite precise, otherwise it will be a bit, you know, way off. So first of all, we can see that right here there's these little islands, and right here on the map is the same little islands. So what I'll go with the center of this. So up here you've got these different ones. If you make a mistake, you can get rid of it with that. And you've got this one here. So you click on that, and then you click in the middle, but you've got to remember where it is. So you want to be looking one side to the other, and back again and back again. So you want to know where it is, right? So I'm going to click there, and it says from map, so that disappears, which, oh, it's disappeared. And then you go with the center of there, which is more or less where it was, and you click there, and you click OK. So now that is georeferenced these 2 points together. And what I found, let's put it on the hand so we can move it around. If you just do the outside edge, don't worry about the middle bit. As long as you do the outside edge, you're fine. So we can scroll back out now with that. So we've done that one up there. So we'll go down to sort of Land's End. That map disappears. Oh, it's disappeared. We go down to Land's End, and we'll scroll in. And right there's a little bit sticking out. These bits sticking out are usually pretty good, but if you go down to the you know, the bottom bar thing, and you find it again, you just click on it and it reappears. So is there anything that resembles that bit sticking out? Possibly there. Yeah, I think that's it there, because it then curves round. Look, see it curving. You see it goes along. It jets out a bit and then it drops. So there it jets out and then it drops. So we want to grab that one, and we'll click on there from canvas, and we'll click there. Okay, so we now got 2 points. Now we find a bit that's, these bits here sticking out a bit. These old maps like bits that are sticking out. We go and find it again. It's in there. And we'll put it back on the hand so we can move it. And I think it's that bit there sticking out. Possibly. So you've got the estuary. That's all that there. And then it goes along a bit. It curves in. See the curve there. There's the curve. And then you've got the bit sticking out. So I'm pretty sure it's that. Right. And click on there from canvas, and we click on there. Okay, now if you've made a mistake, you've put it in the wrong spot, you can go up to this one with the red cross. You can click on that, and then you click on the dot, and it disappears. So you can start again. Right, so we'll do it again. Click there from canvas, and we'll click back on there. Now if you can't see my head, it's because I can't actually see the screen when I'm doing this, my little picture. So if I'm out of shot, don't worry about it. Okay, right, so that's that one. You don't have to do too many, just sort of a few in randomized places. This bit here sticking out, or that's bound to be on the map. So we'll move that over there. There it is sticking out, look. Is that it? That's not it. Hold on, let's zoom out. There it is there. Portland. That's where they get cement from. Portland cement. All the cement they've ever made, that island must be disappeared by now. Right, so click on that. And then we click on the tip of there. Okay. Right, so now we want one up in this corner. And this corner's a bit tricky. There's a lot of dots there. So we zoom in, zoom out, and try and zoom in on that bit. So we've got this bit, it drops down, it goes up. Where's it gone? There it is. So there's this bit, it drops down, and that's that bit dropping down. And I'm going to go kind of in there, I think. I think it's in, oh no, I'm going to go with this bit. See that bit just sticking out there? Look, there it is. It's just sticking out. So this bit here, we're going to go with that tip there, with that tip there. Okay, now the next thing you've got to do, that's enough points. So what you've got to do is where it says settings, it says transform settings. Now I have it on thin plate spline, which is down here. I found that's the best one. And just simply click OK. Right? And then up here where it says File, you click Start Georeferencing. Oh, it did its thing in a blink of an eye. So it's now georeferenced. And then what you've got to do is you've got to go and find that file. It usually is in the same file that you took it from. And what we'll do is drag that file over the top of this map. So here's the file up here, and I grab it and I just drag it and drop, and there it is. Bang! It's now on there. Oh, there's a little bit more of a gap now than it had it last time. Maybe some of the points are not quite perfect. So now look, is it a good match? A good match there, and a reasonable match up there. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a, see it says map, Roman map modified. So right click modified, and we'll go up to symbology and we'll put that on multiply and apply. Okay, still got those sort of black edges, but just ignore them. You can adjust the color of this by right clicking properties, and down here you can adjust the light, bring the brightness up a bit. There we go, look. But so you can adjust it if you want to. I just normally leave it on whatever it is. So that's how you do georeferencing. Now, the reason I did this is because there's something in this Roman map that looks a bit odd. So you can see that there is a line of Roman activity going through here. That's interesting. Why is there a line of Roman activity going through this point here? It's you know, it's not on both sides, it's just going through there. Now you can see that there is a road that goes through there as well, a bit, kind of veers off a bit. So there is this road of activity going, and if we zoom right in, look, Shetland Mallet, Dinner, Croscombe, Coomats, Anglo-Saxon, Warminster, Wells, and this line continues up through here and keeps on going. So there is this line of Roman activity. Now obviously these are quite big towns, and you think to yourself, well, how can I narrow down what I'm looking at? And I think I know what's going on here. I'm pretty sure I do know what's going on here. Now I've just come across this new visualization in QGIS, and I'm no expert on it, but I think I know what it is. Now I go over to a website that explains it, and here's the website: step-by-step use of digital elevation data for storm surge and coastal flood modelling. Oh, bit of a mouthful that was. Basically, what I'm going to attempt to do is flood Somerset. I'm going to flood Somerset because I think that Roman activity is not in a line because it's following a Roman road, or it may well be following a Roman road. I think it's in a line because it's above sea level. And, 2,000 years ago, the Romans probably thought to themselves, oh, we're not going to build a huge dike along the River Severn. We're just going to let it flood every year, and we're just going to build on the high ground. So this is how I think you could narrow down the points where you could look for Roman activity. Whoa, wild, isn't it? Wild what you can do. So I did do it. I didn't do it very well. It says here raster calculation. So what I need to do first of all is I need to go and get some DEMs. A DEM itself. What does a DEM stand for? Maybe someone could mention what it stands for in the comments. I'm always forgetting it. DEM. No, it's gone. It's gone. It probably say on here actually. It says DEM. Look, even they say, oh, it's a DEM because they can't remember what it stands for. So I'm going to do a raster calculation, but I need a DEM to begin with. So I'm back on this on QGIS, quantum GIS, and we need another plugin. And the plugin I just remembered, and now I've forgotten what it's called. Did I write it down? I didn't write it down. Right, I'm going to have to come back to you because I changed the plugin, didn't I? So I've got it. I did a search for it because I couldn't remember it myself. Because when you put these plugins on, you don't. This is the plugin, this one here. You don't remember where it comes from. So plugins, manage, install plugins, and we're going to put in this. Paste, and it's called the TOM TOMBOI tool. So here it is, a TOM tool, and I've already got it installed, so I don't need to, and I've reinstalled it as well just in case there's any new updates. And you install that plugin and it will appear up here. You see this sort of griddy looking thing here, where if you click on that, it opens up this box. And down here it says grid reference, mouse cursor. So wherever you put your mouse cursor, you see this number here changing, see it rapidly zipping around. So below it, it says on click. So, and then you get some crosshairs. So you just put the crosshairs on the bit that you want to look at, and you press click. And there's the grid reference. You can change it from 6-figure to 10-figure. Oh, it's disappeared. Let's do it again. So it's a 10-figure grid reference, and there it is. So copy that, and then I'll go over to the data download thing from the government, and we'll download some data for this area. Right, so it's going to be a bit tricky to get it in a long line, so I might lower the resolution down to 2 meters instead of the normal 1 meter that we normally use. So here I am on the data download page, and I'll click OS grid locator, and we'll put in that grid reference and click, and there it always seems to jump up the country and then come down to wherever you want it to be. So we can zoom out now. We're on that area. Wales, there it is, and there's this line that goes through here, sort of. Now, it'd be nice if you could just click and add each one of these that you wanted, but you can't do that. You've got to draw a polygon. So I'm going to draw a funny shaped polygon, and I'm going to go up. Did it click? Come on. Ah, you got to press and hold down. Right, okay. Press and hold down, and then right, okay. We'll do that again. We'll do that again. Around like that, wouldn't it? Right, now this could be quite a few. This could be quite a few DEMs to download. So we click available data, and it does its thing. Slowly, eventually it will get there, because it's obviously looking for quite a few pages. Probably about 1 billion pages come up. Right, so yeah, it's done it, and we've got, oh look how many we got. We got quite a few. So what I'll do is I'll go off camera and I'll download all these, I'll unzip them to a folder, and then we'll drag and drop them onto the canvas. Right, and I just thought I'd show you one mine, they all pop up on the screen, which is dead handy. So you want where it says this TIFF file, you want to extract that to a folder, not the other one, the TIFF. That's the 61 megabyte file. So this is the file you need to extract. Open. They're all zips in zip. They're zip files. Right, I've unzipped all the files. There they are. You can't see anything because they're special TIFF files. So I will select them all, and I'll just drag and drop them on here, like that. Click OK, and there, hopefully, it covers that area. Just about. Could have done with that one, but you know, it's not that important. I'm just showing you what we need for this area. I'm going to put it on the handy thing up there. Just going to move the screen around, so it kind of covers that, what we want through there. Now what we need to do is we need to tie all of these tiles together, because they're all tiles. So we need to go up to processing toolbox, that appears. Just drag that over a bit, and where it says recently used, now it might not say recently used for you, but it does for me. We want to come up to here, and it says here build a virtual raster. Now you can use another one called merge, and I think you can find it up here somewhere. Raster extractions, nope, not that one. Here, look, in miscellaneous, build virtual raster, and it also says merge as well there. So once you start using it, it will then come up as recently used. So I need to build the virtual raster. Double click there. It says average. Yeah, we go with average. We don't want the file too big. It's going to be big enough as it is. Right, so we want input files. Now I've got these other ones down here, so we just want to actually select all, and then just uncheck these other ones, because that's not what we want to merge. It probably wouldn't work anyway. So we just click run, and it will merge all of those tiles seamlessly together. Close, and it should suddenly change, and there it goes. Now, so what I'm going to do now is get rid of that. I'm going to drag this up here a bit, and I like to get rid of all these extra tiles because we've merged it, we don't need them anymore. So I'm going to put that and shift, and then we go all the way down here to the bottom one, and we just remove layer. Okay, so it's now nice and tidy. I like tidy. So there's the virtual. Now you see this has got this round thing here. Probably best to save it as it is now, but for this experimental show and tell of how to do this, we're just going to go with what we can see here. So if we put it on that and we click this little thing, it looks like a brush, or we could just go right click properties, and this page will pop up, and we can go with it says single band grey at the top. We could go with hill shade, and now down here at the bottom where it says nearest neighbour, we want to go with cubic, apply, and OK, and then that should make it into hill shade, which is LIDAR. Well, actually LIDAR is the process of taking the imagery, and hill shade is LIDAR. You know, it's not actually LIDAR. That's the process of taking the images. So we can zoom right in on it, and it's 2 meter resolution. There we go. So it's a little bit more sort of faded than it would be if it was 1 meter, but we have got it at 2 meter resolution. Hopefully I can hear my computer warming up. So this is quite a big file. So you probably wouldn't want to do this with too big a file. Now we've got the file. Zoom out. So what we want to do next is the interesting thing. I just thought I'd put it on that just to show you what the LIDAR, the hill shade looked like. My computer's warming up nicely. Right, so now, what was it? Where was that website? Here it is, step-by-step instructions. Raster calculator, and I've done this once before. We need to, what we're going to do is we are going to save it, because at the moment, oh no, we don't have to save it. It's a, yeah, we will save it. Will we save it? I'm thinking, if we save it, can I remember where we saved it? Yeah, I should. No, we got to save it. We got to save it to a file. That's right, because we need to put the input layer. See, it says here input layer. We need to put the input layer in. So we'll save it to a file. Well, like I said, I've not used this before. This is a calculator of sea level changing. Well, in the olden days, that 2,000 years ago, the sea in Somerset was probably a lot higher up. So we need to work out where they were living. And if you get a little island in the middle of Somerset, like Glastonbury Tor, there were probably lots of people living around Glastonbury Tor because it was high. It was out of the bogginess of the floodplain. Yeah, where King, what's his name? Do you remember that Time Team TV program where King Alfred, was it Alfred? Yeah, Alfred. He lived on this spur of land that was above the marsh. So this is all very handy for finding places to get permissions on, and you can adjust the sea levels. So you could suddenly find just a little bump above sea level. There could be a hoard of 50,000 gold coins on that little bump. So this is really, really advantageous. Yeah, I'm just reading this. That's right, raster calculator. So we go back to this and we click on the raster. There it is. Raster calculator. Now, did I say we had to save it? I did. Roman stuff. No. We're going to have to save it. We'll have to save it. Raster bands. So right, I've saved it to a file, and here it is. I got some _DEM. So we go up to raster calculator. Right, there we go. It brings up the calculator. Now down here, see it says some _DEM at 1. So we want to put in the two things. What are they called? Put it in the description below, the two little comma things that often show feet, and 1 is inch. 2 is feet, 1 is meters. Or is it 1 meters and 2 is feet? Anyway, I'll show you. I'll show you. So we put up those two things, and we want to put in some _DEM and at, where's the at sign? There it is, at 1. 1. I'll find it on the keyboard, and then the two little thingy bobs like that. And then we want to put in, where was it? It was this thing. So this chevron and an equals sign. You just click that and it appears. And what did it say? Hold on, I've got to go back. I've got to scroll down. And the number relating to the height of the sea level. So this is 5 meters. Right, so we go back to that. And we'll put in 5. 5 meters. Yeah, that's probably high enough. So we press 5. Oh, input layer, output layer. Sorry, you got to save the layer. So I'm going to save the layer to where was it? I'm going to save the layer to one of my folders. Here is one of my folders. This is where I took all of the DEMs from. So I'll just put in there C A level, sea level. Okay, save. So I've saved it to file, and now I can click OK, and it should actually work. Oh, it's doing it. Look, zipping through it, calculating raster, blah blah blah, and it should turn black. It did. Right, it kind of didn't work as well as I hoped it was. Maybe 5 meters is a bit tall. Yeah, 5 meters is probably a little bit higher than this land is around there. So I might need to do that again. Oh no, it's still doing things. See it crunching down the bottom here. It's still crunching numbers. Oh, we'll wait then. We'll wait because it's starting to appear a bit. It should be 5 meters. You know, there could be houses there. They'd be 5 meters higher, wouldn't they? So it's still crunching. When it's finished crunching, I don't know how long it's going to take. Oh, it's done it. So this area here is 5 meters, which I think is a bit actually on the high side. We'll drop it, we'll redo it, and we'll drop it to 1 meter, I think. But this place here, oh, there we go, look. You can start to see things. So it's not too bad. So you'll need to change the sea level rise. So we've got hedges. See these lines? These are probably trees on these, so that's why they're a bit higher. So we've got an area here that is higher. Now, this obviously doesn't work very well. I could obviously uncheck this box and it would disappear, and I'd need to uncheck the DEM, and I need to uncheck the georeference map, and I'd need to uncheck that box and the Roman stuff, and this is the area. But it's a little bit a lot of unchecking. So what we'll do is we'll go back to that, we'll bring that back up, there it is there. So this is a high point in the landscape. You know, people probably lived here because it was much higher, considerably higher than the surrounding countryside, so it didn't flood. So look, here's an odd shaped thing right there. What is that? And uncheck the box. Oh, it's a reservoir with, it must be quite high up. So it's a little island on the reservoir, and I'm not suggesting this is man-made. You can see it's been dug out, but yeah, that ignore that bit. So we'll zoom back out, we'll put it back on. See, now that looks high-ish. Why didn't that bit come up? Oh well, it should have worked. So this bit here is higher. Well, it's telling me it's higher than the rest of the landscape, that it's lower. So we got a high bit here. There's probably loads of Roman activity on this bit. So what we can do, right, you know, obviously there are people out there who watch my videos who are a bit more clued up than I am, but we will what I'll do is I'm going to put on a polygon around this area, and then we'll be able to test it to see if it is higher. Oh, right, so I'm going to put on a polygon now. So layer, create layer, geo package layer, right, and we want to we'll put in high points, right? You just put in high. If you save it to a file, it kind of does it on its own. So we're just putting high IGH. So you spell high, yeah, points. High point. Okay, so it just comes out of an H. And we want to click. We won't go with polygon. We go with line stream, and we'll click OK. Now up here on the toolbar, there's a little pencil thing, and then this little V-shaped thing here. Click that, and then you get like a crosshairs. So we will put in a line around the outside, clicking away. You know, it's sort of roughly there. We go back down through here, blah blah blah, zip, click, 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 click. Where did I start? Somewhere over here, that I do. Double click it and just click OK. Right, so the line is virtually invisible. So we click on it where it says H for the height. We go with properties, and hopefully labels. No, that's text. Symbology. We want on symbology, and we'll just go with this orange line down here. We'll click apply and OK. So now we've got the outline of this piece of high ground. So we can now uncheck that, and there it is. There it is. That is the highest piece of ground over 5 meters above sea level in that area. Perfect. Why it didn't show up the edge of the reservoir? Hopefully this is working, because that would have quite a significant rampart. Let's put it back on. Oops, sorry, no, go away. Yeah, so that didn't show up. Maybe this is higher than the edge of the rampart for the reservoir. So, how high is this spot right here? We'll shake it off that. Now we've got the DEM, which is there somewhere. There it is. Is it going to appear? Yeah, it's appeared. So that's the DEM. We've got it. So now we'll put on contours. We just want to see if it's higher. We put on contours. Oh no, it's, hold on. We will have to clip. I'm going to have to clip this because the DEM's way too big. We need it to be a bit smaller. So I will put the DEM back on. There it is. And we'll go up to raster, extraction, clip raster by extent. Click. You go to the input layer you want. You click this downward thing, and it says Somerset DEM. And you want to bring it. There it is. There. Look. So put it on that. And then you click over here. Draw on canvas. Right. So we want the whole thing. So we're just do that and click run, and that will clip that little layer. So there it is, it's clipped. So we want to take it off that one. So we've now got that clip, because if you run the DEM with contours, it could crash the computer. We don't want to crash the computer. So we want to go with contours. Right, so you want the input layer. Yeah, it says clipped. You have to choose it. So you've got the drop down thing. You've got to choose that clip layer, which is over here. And we will drop. We'll put point 2. We're putting a lot of contours. Point 2. And click run. Oh, that went through pretty quick. Close. So we've now got contour layers, which are handy for showing heights. So you can see it dropping off here, and maybe it's dropping off here a bit, but we want to see if this place, where's my thing, if I drag that up to the top, there it is. We want to see if this bit is higher than the rest of the landscape around it. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. So now we got it on contours. We want to put it on properties, and we want to put it on labels. It says no labels. We want to put it on single labels. and then over here I think elevation, right? So it's, what color is it? It's black, so we want this text to be white, or we won't see it. Okay, click that there, click that there. Okay, so the text is white. We'll put it up to 15, 1, 5, and we'll have it on bold so you can see it nice and clearly, hopefully. And we will apply that, and okay. Right, so it's 4 meters, and here's 6.4 meters, and that's 6 meters. Well, that didn't work, did it? That didn't work. It's lower. Why didn't that work? It's supposed to be a thing about elevation. Let's have another look at the website. Digital elevation data for storm surge and coastal flooding model. Am I reading this correctly? And here's what they start with. They do that, and then it shows it flooding. So it must show the higher ground. Define no data value. All dry areas are now set to no data, blah blah blah. I might have to do a bit more reading because that didn't work, obviously. But there is a website that you can go on. I found a website. So I'll just go over to the website because obviously I'm doing something fundamentally wrong because that height is definitely lower. See, it says the height there, look, 4, and then that height is 5. So that should be clearer, shouldn't it? Not invisible. Unless the black area is the sea level and the white area is higher. That could be a possibility. You know, that could be a possibility. Right, I'll get back to you. Oh, I think I've got it the wrong way round. Because you can see this area here, and you can see how it's creeping. It's creeping up the ditches, look. So the black area is the flooding, and the white area is the higher ground. So if I do the raster calculator again, I'm going to have to put it on something like 10 meters or 15 or even 20. So I'll go back and I'll try that. I won't go through the process. No, I'll go through the process. It's all a learning curve. Every day is a school day. Oh. Right, so I've messed up my nice tidy files here. I'll take it off contours. We can delete that. We can delete the clip raster. Which one's that? That's the sea level. That's the after the. This is the raster calculation. We can get rid of all that. Every day's a school day. Remove layer. There we go. Discard. Okay. Right. So we got rid of them. So we need to go back to raster calculator. Raster calculator. I wonder if it's kept the everything I said. No, it didn't. Damn. Right. Output layer. See, we keep the same one. Yes. We're gonna copy over that, and then we want to do that again. So we want that thing, and we want sum underscore DEM @, and then that again. That's it. And then we want to click this thing here. And we want to put in Let's try 15. 15 meters. That's it. I think that's all we have to do, and click OK, and it'll start doing its thing with a bit of luck. Please do it, please. Oh, there was an error. An error occurred while performing the calculation. Ah, what did it probably didn't like that I was copying that file, maybe. Right, let's try that again. It can be very buggy, QGIS. Right, raster calculator. Let's try a different file. We just click on that and we'll put 1, sea level 1. Sea level 1, right, okay, save. So we need to put in that again. Can we double click it and it appears down the bottom? Ah, it does! Every day's a learning day. Every day. Right, so we'll put that back in, and we'll put 15. Oh, come on, 15. Right, so hopefully now this will work. Ah, it's working. There we go. It didn't like copying over an old file. Right. Whew. Let's have a puff on my vaporizer off camera. Stressful. It's slowly doing it. Swig of cold coffee. Ah, there we go. Get rid of that. It's completed. Oh, zip out. So the black areas is where it's flooding, and the white areas is where it's land. So I've got the raster, the DEM in completely the wrong place. So obviously now I've the white area, yeah, this is the white area that we want to look at. So the white area is the bit we want. Is that right? Hope so. So right here, this should be, yeah, that's right. No, it's the black. The black area is the water. Yeah, the black area is the water, and the white area is above sea level. So if we uncheck that box and we uncheck that, ah, there it is, look. So you can now see that this pump is above sea level. And likewise, you can finely adjust this. So it did show somewhere else, didn't it, nearby? Like just here. This bit here, you zoom right in, uncheck that, and this bit of land is above sea level. So there could be some really good metal detecting possibilities with this piece of land. Let's put the raster level back on, and this bit sticking out here, look, you know, at a different level. If I put it at higher or lower, higher, yeah, higher, this might actually turn into an island, you know, like a little peninsula sticking out. Zip right in on that, take it off, there. So you can actually, look, you can actually see the shoreline. You can see the old shoreline going around it. Obviously, you have to adjust it just right for it to fit that shoreline along the hedges. But it's not far off. Look at this top hedge, look here. It's close. So this is higher ground. Oh, I got it right in the end. So this is higher ground. So this spot right here, where it jets out, this is probably a really old village. We have a look, see how old it is. Right, I've got some other maps. Now, down here, I've got, where is it? Map Tiler. Map Tiler. You have to pay for Map Tiler, about £25 a month, but it gives you some pretty good maps. We'll go with the 1885 map. We'll double click that, and it will appear down the bottom here somewhere. There it is. You click on it and drag it up. Hold on, let's do that, and then we drag it up to there. We're too far in, that's what it is, I think. Too far in. We'll take off that one. Yeah, it disappears. Look, too far in this for the old map, so you need to scroll out with your mouse. And there, look, Cluer. How do you pronounce that? C-L-E-W. Were. Cluer. Clower. School. I didn't do very well at school. I'm dyslexic, so reading is not my forte. So, yeah, obviously, this area right here, and you can see, look, jets out. What was the name of this place? Nyland Hill. Nyland cum Batcombe. Batcombe, C-O-M-B-E, that's Anglo-Saxon. It even has that little bit there that's higher, showing it. So if we uncheck, we put it back onto the sea level thing. Look at it, perfectly lined up. Oh, it's a dream, this program, when you can actually figure out how the pesky thing works. It's a dream. So this is with the cum word, which is Anglo-Saxon. You know, if you had that permission around there, that would have all been way above sea level at one point when the levels flooded. Look, in fact, you can actually see it on this old map quite clearly. I don't know why I bothered doing all that. But it's a paid for map with Map Tiler. But you could see, like, it shows it here, like little areas that are just a little bit above sea level. A little bit of some woodland there that might just be above. And like you say, but you need a DEM to do the sort of elevation data. So you can see it quite clearly there, what's above and what's below. Take it off the old map. There, look. So the black areas are the lower ones. I got it the wrong way round. And the white areas are the higher bits. So that is probably why. Where's my Roman map? There it is. So we'll take it off that one. So that line of you can see that this line of Roman spots, not necessarily down here, but this line of Roman spots was on the higher ground. And this line of row spots are below it. So that kind of didn't work either. But, you know, it's all a learning curve. So anyway, I thought that this video has probably gone on for way too long enough as it is. So this is what I kind of do in my spare time. Now that I got quite a lot of spare time, I'm just sort of learning how to use these programs. It's quite epic, really. Right. Cheers!